it all planned, but it's working out. Turns out change is all you can be certain about. Don't change, don't change, don't change, even though life ain't the same. They say don't change, don't change, don't change, life gon' make it happen anyway. And I say don't change.
Dae and Lyrik podcast.
Even though life ain't the same.
Alright, let's get it. Alright, let's record it.
Alright.
Hey, yo, what's good?
What's up?
It's the
Dae
and Lyrik
Podcast.
podcast. Let's go, man. Hey, so we're gonna introduce ourselves real quick, and yeah, Dae, ladies first.
Okay, so my name is Dae Monet. I own my own business named Homes Boutique, where I sell accessories, I sell clothing, and mainly women's stuff, but I will be branching out into menswear very soon, so go support Lyrik.
Hey, it's that man Lyrik, and I am a rapper, poet, and a soon-to-be business owner. I am the creator and leader of LOC, Land of Creators, and yeah, that's me. So we're going to get into our first topic soon and everything. Is there anything you want to say before we get up into it?
I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. It's our first episode. You know, we'll be having many more episodes to come very soon, and let's just enjoy the ride.
Let's get it.
All right.
So first up, man, you heard about Amber Rose?
Yes.
That stuff is that stuff is crazy. So, man, Amber Rose, I feel sorry for her, honestly.
I do too.
And for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, Amber Rose was just cheated on by her longtime boyfriend, Alexander A.E. Edwards. Such a tragedy. And how many women was it again?
Like 12?
That's crazy, man. 12 women. How do you get cheated on by 12 women?
Man, that's crazy. I couldn't do it. He would have got hurt me.
Man,
She's
like,
better than me on me.
for real. Like, how do you got cheated on 12 different times, 12 different women, and you didn't find out about it by like the third, fourth one?
Mm-hmm.
I would think you would catch on at least.
Right.
Like, I don't know, personally, I feel like she maybe just knew about like a certain amount of women and she just kept trying to change them, and I guess that doesn't work.
I don't know. I feel like at that point, if you know that you're cheating with multiple women, what's the point of being in a relationship? Like, you might as well just tell her, like, hey, I'm not feeling it. I want to talk to other women. I want to do stuff with other women and break it off. But instead, you sit there and tear her down and break her heart while you messing around with other women. I don't see the point of that.
Fellas, treat your ladies right.
Period.
Man, and here's something that she was saying. Amber Rose was saying about the whole situation. This was on her Instagram story. She was basically saying, let me try to read it like how I feel like she probably talks. Your brain tells you to run when your heart says stay. I wish it was easy for me to fix him, but that's not for me to do. This pain cuts so deep, especially when there are children involved. And when she said that, I didn't even know that they had kids
I
together.
didn't either.
But that makes it even worse.
Right.
Not only was he cheating with 12 different women, they had a child, a little baby thing. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, what type of man really puts their woman through so much? And not only is that his woman, well, was his woman, that's the mother of your child, big dog. That's crazy.
Well, Amber, we wish you the best, honestly, because that's a sucky situation to go through. And honestly, it's time to just stay to yourself, let these men go, and, grow yourself to be a better woman. And then maybe in the future, God will send you the right person. So just keep your head up.
And I just want to say one more thing before we move on from that. Here's something that's kind of crazy. And before I get into it, men, I already said it enough. Treat your women right. Alright, if you know that you're not trying to get into a serious relationship, don't get in one in the first place. Now let me talk about what this man, Alexander A.E. Edwards, decided to say about the whole situation. Because you would think that a normal human being would feel bad, but this is basically what he said. I know I could stop. I could give her a good solid 6 months and just really like deprive myself of my true nature for as long as I can take it. But I don't want to live like that. He also admitted he also admitted the fact that he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Well, Alexander, I want to let you know. You don't get no cake. And now you lost a model that has some cake. Now you really don't got no cake. Well, we might find it from somebody else. But it's all good though. Because now you might just not be happy. There we go.
So to Alexander, right? You're trash.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I gotta say to you.
You're trash. Treat your women right. Next topic.
Alright. The next topic is DaBaby returning to the stages. So what do you feel about that?
I think it's definitely soon. Because I'm quite sure I heard about this whole issue like just a few weeks ago.
So what happened was, if you don't know, brief, DaBaby had went on stage and he had made comments about the LGBT community and about HIV and AIDS. And there had been quite a few celebrities that had came out and spoke to him and, said their opinions on what he said, including Madonna, which she said, if you're going to make hateful remarks to the LGBT plus community about HIV and AIDS, then know your facts.
Period.
And, I mean, I do agree that he did make some negative comments. But I feel like instead of bashing him, because a lot of celebrities did bash him and a lot of people did bash him, I feel like they could have went to the DMs and, texted him personally and be like, hey, this wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have had a heart-to-heart with him instead of everybody jumping on the bandwagon and just spewing out hate towards him. I don't feel like that part was cool. But I do agree that what he said was not okay in any way, shape, or form. But it is said that he will be returning to stage very soon. And hopefully, I hope that he learned from his lesson and that he knows better on what to say and what not to say and what's okay and what's not okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's really wild some of the things he was saying. And he also mentioned something about if your cooter smells like water, put your phone flashlight in the air. It's kind of random to just announce.
Right.
And then what else was it? Because I know he stated a lot of really crazy stuff. If you're not in the parking lot sucking some meat or something like that, then put your flashlight in the air. Just a lot of really... That's some very specific and random things to just celebrate.
Right.
Like, I don't think I'd want to do that in my concert, One thing you could have said, if you're still alive and breathing, put your flashlight in the air. That's celebratory. If you got a job and you making money and you able to pay your bills on time, put your flashlight in the air. That's stuff to really be able to celebrate. But I guess it is a good thing that you're not sucking some meat in the parking lot. That's good.
I hope not. I hope you're watching the show, enjoying. But whatever suits you.
Unless the person that you're sucking is your husband, then y'all have fun.
Yeah, do you? But in the parking lot, like, it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's none of my business, but
Right,
y'all do y'all.
You. But he did say he thanked Hot 97, which he said allowed me to share my gift, share my blessings with y'all out here live on this stage amongst all the chaos and all the backlash. He claims that he never meant to offend anyone. So we will be seeing how DaBaby's career furthers in the future, and I wish him the best, much blessings, happiness, and success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the baby, I can't even lie. I still bump some the baby songs. Like I rock with the baby. He is a really good artist. Even though a lot of people was criticizing him about how he starts his songs, I rock with it. Just get to it. Skip how long the beat is playing. Hop on a mug and go crazy.
Okay.
I don't know. I hope that the baby learns from this mistake and realizes that when you get to a big platform, you gotta realize everything you say is either gonna be real good or it's just gonna come back and bite you in the ass. It's not really much of an in between for real.
Yeah.
And this might go under the water, but come on, it's 2021. If you're really making comments about like negative comments about anybody that's in the LGBTQ community, you during this time, I mean, you're an ass, bro. Like by this time, if you haven't accepted the fact that there are some people that are different and people that have different preferences and they do things differently than you, have different beliefs, dog, just how about just, do what you do with your life and leave them alone. I'm not just gonna see two men kissing and be like, hey, stop, that's gay.
Right.
Like, hey man, all the criticism that he said, I know he said he didn't mean to offend anybody, but he did at the end of the day. And as somebody who's he's about 28 or something like that. He's still a young guy. He has a lot to learn, and I just hope that he learned from that mistake that he made because those comments were ridiculous and random. No more talking about sucking dick in the parking lot. Thank you.
All right. This next topic is a PSA warning, a trigger warning. We will be talking about suicide. So if this is a triggering topic for you, or if this is a sensitive topic for you, then I suggest that you skip ahead or click off at this moment. And yeah, let's further proceed.
And suicide is definitely a really serious topic, especially in the black community. I think that in the black community, we really need to work on being able to teach our young black men and women to be able to vent about this stuff because there's so many times where you may be going through depression or having suicidal thoughts and you may not have anybody to talk to at that moment because you either feel like your parents are just going to shut you down or they'll downgrade your feelings and basically say, oh yeah, you ain't really depressed, you ain't even got no job, what you got to be depressed about? Like, they shut you down and don't let you talk about your feelings. I think we got to really work on building a safe space in our homes for our youngins to really be able to speak out because depression, suicidal thoughts, all that can start from a real young age. There's kids that are 8 years old that have lost their lives to suicide because they had no one to talk to and their emotions just got so bad they just couldn't take it anymore. And it's very sad seeing our young people, well, young and old people getting affected by this. There's so many good people that we lost to suicide, and it's something that we definitely got to speak on. And speaking of suicide, I think we're going to really try to address Lil Wayne right now and how he was speaking about his suicide attempts back when he was a really, really young kid. Do you remember how old he was when he was talking about this?
I think he said it was about 12.
Yeah, about 12 years old.
Yeah.
He basically, what happened, I'm going to read this off real quick for y'all because I don't want to give y'all no wrong details or anything. Lil Wayne said he called the police and then went to his mother's room to get her gun. He initially held the gun to his head and got scared and instead decided to shoot himself in the chest, aiming for his heart, but he just missed an artery. And honestly, it's not a blessing that he got shot, but it's a blessing that he missed his heart and he missed missed a very deadly spot because I don't know, I think that sometimes when you go through certain things and you get to the point where you are close to committing suicide or you attempt it, I think sometimes those times where people fail their attempt It's honestly a sign from God that He's not done from you yet, done with you yet, and it's something you gotta look at and consider. I can definitely relate to a lot of that at a young age, and we'll speak on that later. But something that kind of stood out to me was when he mentioned how his mother reacted to it. He basically mentioned that the mom that he, let me just say to his perspective, the mom I knew before that day, I heard from that lady I never met in my life, and I don't know what do you have to say about hearing that?
I feel like I'm not gonna say all parents are like this, but I know that with a lot of uh, black parents, they don't really think about the child's mentality, and mental health is a big thing that doesn't get talked about a lot in the black community. Um, and I feel like parents think that, oh, just you're a kid, life is easy. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to pay bills. You don't have to do this, that, the third. That they think that everything is just easy for us, and it's a lot different nowadays because a lot of teens go through depression and go through suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. So I feel like as parents, and I'm a parent myself now, so I really want to try to talk to my child more. And if he's ever going through anything, I want him to be able to talk to me and open up to me and tell me about his feelings, his emotions, and I want all parents, or even if, guardians or grandparents, just family members in general, talk to anybody that you have around, open up about the stuff that you are going to, because, sorry, I feel like talking about your emotions can really help a lot. When you hold them in, they can just explode, and you don't know what to do. You don't think rationally, and then it can lead you to doing something that can ruin your life. So I feel like talking to people, anybody that you have around, even if it's a friend or somebody, a coworker, or anything, anybody that you have that you can talk to, just talk to them. Open up your heart, open up your feelings, just get all your emotions out.
That's good. Yeah, it's very important to vent and talk about what you're going through, and it's a lot of things that go through your mind when you're going through stuff like that, and it's very, don't get me wrong, it's very hard to talk about some of that stuff. I know a lot of y'all probably have experienced this at some point in your life, and it's definitely something where you just gotta breathe, and just speak to that one person that you trust, because man, depression, suicide, all that stuff is it's very rough. It's a hard thing to talk about, especially when it's somebody that you love and you care about. It's a very hard thing to really just open up to them. Like the person that brought you into this world, it's very hard to tell them that you don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna just speak on my behalf with my experience with depression. I've been dealing with that ever since I was about 8 years old. A lot of y'all that are listening, who are my friends or my family members, know my history, where I didn't have my mom, I didn't have my dad, and I grew up with my grandparents who were very old school. They didn't really believe in depression and all that stuff. They just thought it was just us being young and emotional. And a lot of the times I just grew up as that little black kid that just never really talked about how I felt. And I think that with my depression, it definitely affected how I acted towards friends, family, relationships. It just affected a lot of things negatively because I didn't know how to speak to nobody for real. And it's definitely very difficult when you just feel like you're just in a box. You can't let nothing out of it. You try to open it up and just let things out, but it's just tight. It's closed. You're not able to get nothing out of it. it's frustrating, it's painful, it makes you really feel like you're by yourself. But I just want to let y'all know, like, after a while, when I started giving everything to God and I started talking to Him more, and I started basically letting the church and certain people be like my therapy, especially with my music. If you find certain ways to vent out your pain, whether that's to people or through a work of art that you do, or just straight up just just let it out in some of your hobbies, just anything. Express yourself in any type of way you can. Let your emotions out, because letting them out in just some type of way that might not be talking, that's better than just holding it in. Honestly, that's basically what I'm trying to say. You know, let out your emotions, let out how you feel, and just just speak out your pain, because it's really something we got to do more. We can't keep letting our young black men and women go through this, and just it's sad seeing it. We see it on social media. We see it in some of our friends. Sometimes people hide it better than others, but at the end of the day, depression sooner or later becomes visible, and it changes you, and it shows you. It shows life isn't easy. Life is God puts you through trials. I'm gonna just say that.
And I'm gonna talk about my experience a little bit. I'm not gonna go like too in depth about everything, but I know that there was a point in time that I was feeling isolated and I was feeling lonely, and I could have my whole family around me, and I have a huge family, and I would still feel like I was alone, And I never talked about my feelings, which I still don't now. I'm trying to get better at doing that and opening up and all that. But it was a point where I was at my lowest, and I would be crying to God and telling Him like I need help. I'm at a low point. I don't feel like I want to be here anymore. I just like, why am I here? Why am I still here? What's the point of me living life? I feel like I'm always, going through something. I'm always in a dark place. I'm always depressed. I could be happy for a moment and then be right back to sadness. And I feel like God really helped me a lot getting through a lot of my issues and a lot of my problems. Praying to Him and just asking Him to help heal me. I feel like a lot of us have demons or darknesses inside of us that we don't heal, that we don't try to attack, and we find other ways to cope with them, such as drugs or sex or anything like that, and we don't really try to find the deep root of the issue. And once I finally tried to find the deep root of my issue, that's when my life started getting better, and I started, to find happiness, and I started to open up to my family a lot more, and I started to spend time with the people that were around me, because I was trying to constantly give myself to people that weren't giving their all to me, and I was giving my time to them, giving my attention to them, and I was only giving 20% of them when I was giving my all to them. So I feel like, really giving your time to the people that give their time to you, care about the people that care about you, and, life will be a lot better.
Yeah, that's really good, and I I agree with that, man. Uh, I'm sorry if we end up getting emotional, y'all. This is definitely a really deep topic,
Yes.
and yeah, depression is no joke. But you know, speak out, express yourself any type of way you can, and for any of y'all that do music, put it in some of your songs and try to turn it into something positive. It's always good to basically take depression, take what the devil tried to put on your mind and flip that mug and make it positive. Piss him off.
Okay.
So piss him off. But let's go ahead and transition into something that's a little more lighter. We're gonna go to our dad jokes. Yes, sir. We finna go crazy. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm not a father, but I'm definitely preparing for them days, and I'm about to be showing y'all the crazy jokes that I'm gonna be annoying my kids with. So
Let's go. I'm ready.
So we're gonna go ahead and start off with something light. Have you heard about the chocolate record player?
No.
It sounds pretty sweet. That was fire. That was fire. You know what it is. She's holding up the thumbs down.
Alright, I got one. Ready.
Alright.
I had a horse named Mayo.
Okay.
Sometimes mayonnaise.
Okay. Alright. Alright, I got some. What does a sprinter eat before a race?
What?
Nothing. They fast.
Okay, that was good. I would rate that. That was good. I get that. Let me see. Okay. What did the blanket say when it fell off the bed?
What did it say?
Oh, sheet.
What the fuck? Alright, bruh.
Thank you.
Alright. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose?
What?
Nobody knows.
I think I had enough of the dad jokes for today. Do you have any more?
I'm gonna say one more.
Okay, let's just
How do you make 7 even?
how?
Take away the S. Alright, guys. Well, that was a Dae and Lyrik podcast.
We're gonna wrap this up with a daily prayer.
Yes, sir.
Lyrik, I'll let you do the honors.
Alright, everybody. Bow your heads. If you got somebody near you, do the locking the hands. Yeah, so let's get it. Bow your heads, close your eyes. Now, dear Lord, I'm coming to you today to thank you for waking us up this morning. That is the first blessing that you give us, and the best blessing that you can possibly do for us to, continue life and continue breathing and all that good stuff. I want to pray for one, anybody that's going through anything. I hope that they find closure in that and find a way to get some healing and get past all the things that's going on. I pray that with COVID, there's no more big outbreaks, that everything calms down sooner or later, and things become a little more chill. I also pray for this podcast. I hope that it grows. I hope that everybody that listened today got to be entertained and got to be happy and, get some laughs in with us, get a couple tears, and get a couple serious moments. We're going to put you through a whole bunch of emotions. God, thank you for giving us the blessing to just keep making content and keep doing our dreams and just getting out here and doing our thing. Got anything to add?
I just pray that this podcast will continue to grow and that we'll continue to reach out to more people and maybe inspire some to even start their own or inspire them to do their own thing. And, yeah.
Well, Lord, we're going to come to you again for sure. We can't do this without you. We love you. We appreciate you. You're our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
And that was the day.
Wait, what?
That was the Dae
and Lyrik
podcast. And we are out.